The Mazda CX-5 is the brand's best-selling vehicle. With attractive styling, a luxurious interior, and great driving dynamics, it's easy to see why. And for the 2021 model year, Mazda has given the CX-5 a few updates. So in today's video, we're gonna go for a drive with the 2021 Mazda CX-5 and see what it has to offer. We want to give a huge shout out to Mazda of Gastonia for letting us spend some time with this 2021 Mazda CX-5. Mazda of Gastonia has a beautiful showroom, great staff, and an excellent selection of new and used vehicles. So if you're in the market for a new vehicle, be sure to check out the folks at Mazda of Gastonia. The Mazda CX-5 fills a critical space in Mazda's lineup. The compact crossover segment is hyper-competitive and one of the largest. In that regard, it makes sense that the Mazda CX-5 accounted for over 50% of the vehicles sold by Mazda last year. After spending some time with the CX-5, we can certainly see why so many people enjoyed this crossover. The one we have here is a 2021 Mazda CX-5 Signature painted in Soul Red Crystal Metallic. Mazda offers many different trim levels for the CX-5, starting with the Sport and topping out with the Signature. We also spent some time with the Carbon Edition Turbo trim, which is all new for 2021. If you are interested in seeing our review of that vehicle, we will be sure to leave a link in the description below and in a pop-out banner as soon as the video becomes available. The second-generation Mazda CX-5 made its debut in 2017 with bold new styling featuring Mazda's latest iteration of its Kodo design philosophy. The goal in designing this newest generation was to give the CX-5 volume through its curves while remaining subtle. In the front, the styling is dominated by Mazda's 5-point signature grille with the gloss black mesh insert. The prominent Mazda symbol in the middle of the grille works as a radar sensor for radar-guided cruise control. There's chrome lining the bottom of the grille that runs into each of the headlights. I like the slim cutouts on each side. The lighting is full LED minus the turn signals. Starting with the Grand Touring trim, adaptive lighting, LED daytime running lights, and small LED fog lights at the bottom of the bumper are added. The Kodo design language does a great job of blending straight lines seamlessly into curves. From the side, you can get a good look at the smooth curvy lines. The Signature gets 19-inch wheels with the spiral design, painted in a dark silver finish. The mirrors are body colored and get automatic power folding. The rear has LED combination lighting also included with the Grand Touring trim and higher. There are several badges to denote the turbo engine, all-wheel drive, and the Signature trim. At the bottom of the rear are dual exhaust. Overall, the second-generation Mazda CX-5 continues to look attractive 4 years after its debut. The front end is our favorite part of the design, and the Soul Red paint is a fantastic color. Getting into the CX-5 can be done using the key you see here. Or by pressing the button on the door handle. Alright, hopping into the 2021 Mazda CX-5, and with this being the Signature trim, it does come with all the features and options. In terms of design and fit and finish, this interior is aging very well. Mazda has made it no secret that they are aiming more towards luxury brands instead of the mainstream brands like Honda and Toyota. And because of that, this interior leans more towards luxury than it does economy. Almost every surface is covered in soft touch materials, and there's even the inclusion of real wood as well as aluminum finishes. New for 2021, Mazda has included this 10.25-inch display that really suits this interior well. The build quality is great, and overall, the CX-5 Signature has a really nice interior. The CX-5's interior is typical Mazda with a well-laid out arrangement and higher-end materials than what you will find in mainstream competitors. A new 10.25-inch color screen dominates the center dash. This new screen is standard across the entire CX-5 lineup, replacing the old 7 and 8-inch screens. It certainly makes the interior feel more luxurious. It isn't a touchscreen, and that may be a drawback for some. Mazda sees touchscreens as a potential distraction and doesn't include them in a lot of their vehicles. For some operations such as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, I find a touchscreen easier to use and in some cases less distracting. But for navigating through the factory menus, I agree with Mazda that using the controls on the center console is more appropriate. Either way, the screen looks great. Putting the CX-5 into reverse will bring up the backup camera, and Signature trims add a 360 view with parking sensors. Another excellent upgrade for the CX-5. Moving down the dash, you will find buttons for the dual-zone climate controls. Below the climate controls is a small storage area. Further back on the center console is a button to put the CX-5 into sport mode. Behind that are controls for the Mazda Infotainment system. The system does come with built-in navigation. Sound comes through a 10-speaker Bose audio system, which sounds great. In the center armrest are 2 USB ports and ample room for storage. The glove box provides additional storage. The Signature trim gets premium dark Nappa leather seats. The leather is ultra soft and the seats are both heated and ventilated. The driver receives 8-way power adjustments and the passenger receives 6-way power adjustments. On the lower side of the driver's seat, you will find the memory controls. From the driver's seat, you can get a good look at the gauge cluster. The cluster includes a 7-inch digital display front and center that shows the speed and other information for the driver. It's included on the Grand Touring trim and higher. To the left and right of the display are analog gauges for the tach and temp and fuel. Above the dash, you will find a bright and colored head-up display. The steering wheel is heated and comes wrapped in stitched leather. On each side of the wheel are typical buttons for cruise control and media controls. Behind the steering wheel are paddle shifters to control the automatic transmission. The steering wheel offers both tilted and telescoping adjustments. The Signature trim gets full LED lighting. Up top you will find controls for the power sunroof. In the rear of the CX-5 offers materials that are just as good as those found up front. The doors are lined with soft touch materials as well as natural wood and leather. Compared to other vehicles in this price range, the material quality in the rear is quite impressive. There are rear seat air vents, and if you fold down the center armrest, you will find cup holders and controls for the heated seats, an option that starts with the Grand Touring Reserve. There are also 2 USB ports available on the Carbon Edition trim and above. Up front, the headroom is 39.3 inches and legroom is 41 inches. The rear headroom is 39 inches and legroom is 39.6 inches. The rear seats do have the ability to recline slightly. A rear power liftgate is available starting with the Carbon Edition trim and above. Open the gate and you will gain access to 30.9 cubic feet of cargo space. Folding the seats down is easy to do using these levers. You can fold the middle seat independently. Cargo space is 59.6 cubic feet with all the seats down. The Mazda CX-5 has a push-button start. Let's press the button and start it up. The CX-5 Signature comes powered with Mazda's familiar 2.5-liter turbocharged 4. The engine makes 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque when run on 93-octane fuel. The engine can also run on 87-octane, which reduces the power to 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Both those numbers are impressive for this class, and it's nice that Mazda designed the engine to run on either fuel type. Alright, hopping in and driving the 2021 Mazda CX-5. So the CX-5, much like most vehicles in Mazda's lineup, offers a very dynamic driving experience. The suspension is very well planted and the steering is direct, especially for a vehicle in this class. And Mazda does offer a number of safety features and driver's aids in this car, one of them being the dynamic cruise control, which allows you to set the cruise control to your preferred distance from the car in front of you. And so just like in this situation here, I have it set to 33 miles per hour and the vehicle senses that the car in front of me is slowing down, so it automatically slows down for me. So it's a really nice feature, especially on the interstate. It's really good in terms of allowing you to relax a bit and not having to worry about maintaining your speed. And the head-up display is also really nice. It's colored. Not sure if you can see it with the camera, but it's pretty bright. It has colors in it as well. And of course, the centerpiece of the CX-5 is the 2.5-liter turbo. So we will give it a little bit of gas here and see how it feels. Yeah, and that's to be expected. I mean, this thing pulls really well. 250 horsepower on premium fuel, along with the all-wheel drive. Just puts the power down and goes. Plenty of power to get you moving. Overall, great crossover. Mazda still does a lot of things really well with this car. The driving dynamics are great, the interior is nice, and it's just overall a really well-built vehicle. Overall, the Mazda CX-5 offers an excellent chassis and powertrain. Combine that with high-quality materials for the interior, and the formula Mazda put together for the CX-5 is still a good one. One area where the CX-5 could improve is cargo space when compared to the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4. As all three vehicles are similar in size, it's likely the Honda and Toyota's boxy proportions offer more usable space. The CX-5 also has lower fuel economy, but the payoff is having an extra 50 horsepower and a massive 130 pound-feet of torque compared to the RAV4, and even more when compared to the CR-V. Compared to luxury brands like BMW and Audi, the Mazda's powertrain still shines compared to the 4-cylinders in the Audi Q5 and BMW X3. Fuel economy is nearly the same, as well as interior space. However, the Mazda undercuts both those vehicles in price as much as $7,000. We're fans of the Mazda CX-5, so if you're looking for a compact crossover with excellent driving dynamics, a well-appointed interior, and a reasonable price tag, the 2021 Mazda CX-5 is undoubtedly worth checking out. Thanks again to Mazda of Gastonia, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. You can also find us on Instagram at rideXdrive.